Hey everyone, it's Kyle here. Let's talk about SEO. So SEO is basically, getting your website to the top of Google on the first page for your keywords to increase your traffic. How much does it cost? If you're controlling everything, you have your costs for your domains, your hosting, IPs, content. Setting up your private backlink networks, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But once everything's set up, to maintain things is the cost is lower. I'll talk more about why you'd want to control your SEO in the next slides. Okay, so how many clicks do you want to get? So this depends on your position in the first page, and how many searches your keywords are getting. And so will you get sales? Yeah, of course you can get sales from SEO and opt-ins and leads for your business that can turn to sales. So then, how long does it take to get clicks? If you're going for really competitive keywords, it can take, using these methods that I'll show you, it could take a couple months, 3 months, to get to the first page and start getting clicks. And that's for like a competitive keyword where there's like actually good traffic for it. Like several thousand, searches. But that's not always an indicator of like a good keyword, though, right? But they'll be competitive. Not just something that you can rank. That's easy. It's like something that is a challenge, right? So taking control of your SEO, you can do that. Okay, I'll show you how. So, do backlinks work? Like, I have some people say, in conversations that they're telling me backlinks don't work, but or it's black hat, and maybe in some backlinks it's not effective. It doesn't work like it used to, but backlinks are always going to be used in Google's search algorithms. The main difference now is that they have to be high quality authority, and they have to be natural backlinks. And you have to work on your anchor text. Just a note here, 20% should be your main or related target keyword, and 40% your URL, and 40% click here, go here, etc. And then to help balance out your anchor text, just use a social adder. It'll help with that, So if you already have a lot of your links with your main keyword, then use social adder, and that'll help to kind of balance things out. And then when you're moving forward, you'll just kind of keep these percentages. This is after a lot of testing, this is kind of what's been working. Okay, so let's talk about how you can control your SEO. So basically, you want to control your SEO by creating your own private backlinks. So you can create a network of mini sites of high quality, media rich, authority sites, related to your main site, and they're all on a separate IP. Google won't know that you own the sites. They'll all look like they're from different areas or different owners, and so maybe this might seem black hat, but it's a way you can take control of things, right? So, and you can make it look white hat and natural. That's the thing. So basically, you want to have at least 2 tiers of backlinks. So the first one would be 6 to 8 mini sites. They don't all have to be on WordPress. It's better maybe if they're on different platforms, but WordPress is pretty good. But maybe different templates and things like that, right? So they all look different. You really want to look for that natural feel. So, and each site's gonna be high quality content, videos, images, graphics, everything has to be really nice. And and then basically and it's kind of like an authority, right? So it's going to be really specific to a certain niche or related to your main site, and it's going to be authority in that topic, right? So You want the high quality and authority. Yeah, and so that your links will look more natural, right? And then so you'll have 6 to 8 or however many you need on the first tier, and you can even with that can help a lot. But what you really want to really add that second tier is to really add that extra power, and that's going to be similar mini sites. There's ways that you can make them a little bit faster, and you don't want to have them on different platforms and like kind of make them all look a little bit different, and all the content has to be unique, so everything has to be authority and high quality. So I mean, you want to keep that theme going through everything, and like natural and unique, and okay, so just keep those things in mind. Yeah, and you want to have probably about 50 or 100 of these sites in this network, and they're all going to point to your tier 1 backlink sites. So yeah, I mean, this will give you full control of your SEO, and as you need to, like, let's say you're on the 3rd page, or you just keep working at it, and you'll start you'll get up to the first. Like, add more mini sites, add an extra tier. You can you can start adding, like, you could add a third, like a middle tier even, right? Or extra tiers. I mean, you could really do a lot, but I mean, just with this you can rank for almost any keyword, I mean, if you do it right. But I mean, it is expensive to get things set up, and it takes time. It might take a few months just to get everything set up properly, and then but yeah, I mean, if you're working on a site, getting it like within that time, you'll have that first page, and then you can start making some money with your page 1, hopefully, and you can convert the traffic. So I mean, that's a way you can get page 1 for some pretty competitive keywords. So yeah, and have full control, and you're not you don't have to worry about all the updates or new algorithm changes if you're just concentrated on high quality, authority, and natural backlinks that you have full control over. Then basically, yeah, you can just write your own ticket for SEO, and like have like your own sites doing really well, or have client sites doing great, and just, yeah, this is how you're gonna be able to do that and be really confident, okay, because you know what you have to do. So I mean, let's talk about like social signals. So yeah, I mean, there is a social side of SEO, but you can take care of that pretty easily with a site called followlike.net, and you can basically have real people follow and like you. You basically put in a bid, and then if they are following and liking you, it costs a certain amount, right? But you keep your bids, like, keep them as low as you can, because then it's going to look more natural, right? Because then the likes and follows are going to come in at maybe more of a steady, slower pace that looks more natural than if you like put a high bid and then you get like a flood of likes and follows so fast, right? So keep the bid low, and it'll look more natural. So basically, just do that, and you'll take care of all your social signals. So that's it. It's done. Like, you can have that taken care of pretty quick, right? I mean, it's easy when you know what to do, right? Okay, so like, here's just a kind of a basic example of like a private backlink network, what it would look like. So this is your main site. Then you got your tier 1 sites. Each of these on its own IP. They each look unique. Like an authority in a related topic to the main site. And they're pointing to the main site with one of the main keywords, basically. This is where you're going to want to put your like 15 to 20% of your main or related keyword in the anchor text in these tier 1s. And then you're gonna like you can balance out your anchor text, like I mentioned before, with social ladder for that extra 80%. And then for the tier 2, these are going to help to support the tier 1 that are going to like really boost their SEO, which then and they're their popularity, etc., and then and that's going to help with your main site, right? So it all just kind of all helps with the main site to rank higher. So yeah, and these 50 to 100 sites, yeah, they're all pointing to tier 1, and yeah, so basically you just set this up. I mean, if you don't want to spend the money on the tier 2, you can use social media sites, right? Like blogs and stuff like that. But if you really want to have full control of everything, you should host everything yourself, like have like multiple IPs and just control everything. And then you have your social signals, anchor text is balanced, and then you do this, you set this up, and then this site will just like go to the first page usually. And if you need to add more, you just add more like tier 1 sites, right? And then you can add more sites to your tier 2. And like maybe some sites they're not gonna need this much, right? Like, or some keywords they might only need like half of this or less, right, to like get the first page. But I mean, you can just keep adding and adding until you get to the results that you want, right? And just take control of everything. Okay, so yeah, I mean, so there you go. Just take action, and just now you can take control of your SEO and just start at the level that you're at and just grow from there. And yeah, you can have really great results. Or if you're doing it for clients, you can really be confident to know that like if you need to, you can take full control and just take their site to the first page, and be confident in that. That you can do it now and years from now, right? So just stick with the high quality, authority, and natural, and control everything yourself, and you can have like fantastic results in SEO and get a ton of traffic and make a lot of money. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Bye.